Well, hello, Sharon from, I nearly said where I work then, in my full day job. No, this is Sharon from BeaDivineVintage, and we have been journeying together with this journal, which is coming together absolutely beautifully now. I love it, absolutely love it. I'm going to be working on the front, finishing off the front tomorrow. For now, let's just have a look where we're up to inside. Let me check I'm in frame, and I am. So these are the pages that we've already done. I'm going to flick through them pretty quickly. Oh, I don't think you saw me do this page. I put a pocket in there which I decorated with one of the flowers that I'd made. I showed you earlier how to make those. Well, I explained how I'd made them. Little Suffolk puff on there, and then I found this little vintage piece of ephemera, and it's a recipe for Scotch eggs, and I love the little tartan egg that's been drawn there, and at the end it said get cracking. So with it having flowers on, I thought that went lovely in there. I've put in some on this page I've decorated with some flowers. That's some rolled up string. There's a pocket, a little tiny envelope pocket there, and in it is one of these little, I don't know what they're called, the Tim Holtz Do Small Things with Great Love. There's a little tag, pocket tag, and in it I've put some flower seeds, the wildflower seeds, and these are actually some that I got in support of Macmillan Cancer. So those are in there. Owls, some tags, put some mushrooms up there. This is a page you've not seen. So on here, this is the other side of this vintage invoice, which I'd folded, and this extends right out. But in there I've put this shaker envelope. I have done a video on shaker envelopes. I'll put a link to that. And in it I've put some airmail, which I have airmail paper, which I've printed some papers, like graphics. Not printed paper onto it, I've printed some graphics onto it. That goes in there. And I've got this tag here that I've been made. It's an altered paper clip come tag. So there's a pocket there with a little tag in it, which I've decorated, and on the back is an embossed fairy. I'm actually going to order another fairy stamp, and I'm not just using the same one all the time, but I do love that fairy. So that sits over the top of those pages, just holding them together. I put some mushrooms on there. Thank you. That's just there, please. That's my husband bringing me a cup of tea. On this page, I have just put some fabric up here. This was fabric that I had left from covering my book, so I've just sort of pleated it and ran it through the sewing machine just to decorate that page. Here I have made a little what I've seen called handkerchief tag holder, and this is it. So I'm going to make one of those now, and this is one of the tags from the Franken tags that I made last week. I think that looks really nice in there, so I'm going to make one of those today. Oh, let's see some other things to show you. I have, remember this mixed media tree, bit of tree trunk that I made? Well, I've put the elm tree. I finally got my printer working, so I've printed off the Cicely Mary Baker elm tree fairy poem, and under there is the elm tree fairy. There's some writing space under there and under there as well. Right, that's where I'm going to put. I'm going to make this into a handkerchief tag to put, tag holder to put there. This one's going to come above the page top and bottom, but that's what I wanted. So today I'm going to do that. And also, I know there's thousands of recordings out there about how to decoupage glassine envelopes. So I've got some glassine envelopes here which I have dyed different ways, eco-dyed, different size ones. I have these for sale in my shop, so I'll put a link to them. So I'm going to decoupage one of those so you can see how I did this big glassine envelope. And in this big envelope, this is avocado dyed. In this big envelope, I am going to put a selection of these lovely tags that I made. Tags. I'm going to put these lovely little books, notebooks that I made. I'm going to put just all sorts of things. My shaker envelopes. I put some shaker envelopes in there, and when that is done, I will let you know. That will be for sale in my shop. I particularly like this shaker envelope because I like the antique calling card that I put on the stitched onto the front there. I think it looks really pretty. Yes, so I'll be putting all those in a selection in this, not necessarily these, but similar to these, in this large envelope, which I've blanket stitched around the end. It's my latest stitch craze, and that will be going into my Etsy shop. So if anybody's particularly like this Gardens of Enchantment, they'll be able to have some of the things that we've made as we've gone along. So we'll be doing that. I'm always excited when my journal is coming to an end because I love to decorate it, but then I start to think about my next one. So as I mentioned in another video, my next one is going to be big. This is going to be it. Oh, don't you just love this? It's an order book, and I think it's from the 1930s. I nearly said Twittingham. It's T. Whittingham and Co. Printers and Stationers and Account Book Manufacturers from London. So I am going to take this book apart. See the alphabet ledger pages from the orders. I'm going to take this book apart, then I'm going to fill it with mixed media. Might not take it all apart, might just take some of the pages out. These are all like tracing paper. It's 1930. These are like tracing paper orders. All printed on tracing paper and then put in there. So that is what I'm going to be working on. And this won't be a Garden of Enchantment. This is going to be a Forest of Enchantment. This is going to be a book that has been hidden and buried in the woods by the Enchantress of the Woods, and it'll be full of pixies and fairies and dryads and enchantress and everything to do with enchantment in the woods. So I'm looking forward to that, and that is my next project. Right, let's get back to making these little envelope tags. So, or envelope tag holders. So what I did, handkerchief tag holders. So what I did, first of all, is you need a square. So this is some quite stiff paper that I dyed with red cabbage. Lovely colours. And then I found the middle, you know, by doing the fold and folding in half. Found the middle to fold the bits to the middle, the corners into the middle like that. However, my first square was too big and it was just hung off my paper too much. So then I cut a centimetre off, and hence you can see where I've kept folding and folding and folding it to get it to exactly the right size. So basically, whatever the height of your book is, that is the diameter of the square that you need. But I didn't realise that at first, but I do now. So I have folded. I know where my folds, you get your scoreboard out and fold, but I'm happy with my folding there. That's the tag that I made, Franken tag that I made, that I have gessoed on the back as well. It's the one with the had the lavender on. I love how, because it's a Franken tag and stitched, how there's places, little squares to write in. So the napkin I'm going to decoupage with is, I need some more napkins. I need to do a napkin swap. Anybody want to do a napkin swap? Let me know. Is this one. So this half is one way and the other side is facing the other way. So first of all, I get my trusty sellotape. This is a trick that everybody seems to use to peel off my pieces of ply, tissue ply. There's that one. Oh, this is sticky enough to get the next one off. Please. Yes, it is. I've been using that all afternoon. It's served me well. It has served me well. Oh, I've been crafting, but I keep sneaking off to watch The Crown as well. I think it's the 5th series. Oh my word. We're getting into the Annus Horribilis and the Princess Diana and our king, who was then Prince Charles, and William and Harry when they were little, and all the parts of the monarchy that I can remember. Ooh, you just wonder how much of it is actually true. Do the royal family watch it? If they do, what do they think of it? Oh, right. So sorry, I have Pritt sticked, glue sticked that, and I'm going to put my napkin on there, and I'm just going to do that. Stick that on. Sticks, not only does it stick on easily, but you can also peel it off easily if you just needed to sort out a crease or anything. Wanted to reposition it. Let's just cut that round. Now you might wonder why I'm going to back both sides of this when approximately half of the back will be fastened to the book, but actually just to do the corners here would be a bit of a faff really, so I'm just going to do both sides. So those will come in there. So that's the top. So I am going to put some more stick on there. The last one I did, I stitched around the edges. I'm not going to stitch around the edges. I'm going to, I could do with that, I want that butterfly on. Whoop. I want that butterfly to be seen. Yeah, I'm not going to stitch around the edges on this one. The other one I didn't, I just left it as the napkin, so it still has that tissuey feel. But this one I'm going to go over with Mod Podge, so I won't be stitching around the edges of this one. Sadly, I will be drying, because that's what you need to do on a video to ensure that you get your video finished. Right, here it is. So here's my Mod Podge. I'm using, oh, it might not even be Mod Podge anymore. So it's the Antique Matte Mod Podge, but as I got down nearer and nearer to the bottom, I keep topping it up with PVA glue, water and coffee, so that I keep that colour, this vintagey type of colour. And I just have a very soft brush, start in the middle and work my way out. Just keep turning that. Now I am not bothered about crinkles. I love crinkles. Crinkles are texture, so to me, great. I have no complaints. So just keep working my way around that. I've just been watching, well, on The Crown, Sarah Ferguson with her lovers, and she is on the boat, the yacht with, I can't remember his name, sucking her toes. And Prince, now this is like 30 years, it's 1992, so what, 30 years ago. And he is saying what a disgrace Sarah Ferguson is to be sucking or having her toes sucked, sorry, by a man. Whether he was her lover or not, I don't know, that's not up to me. However, you know, he's saying she's bringing the family into disrepute. Well, we all know what happened this year, don't we? So, is that the pot kettle? Which way around is it? And am I allowed to say suck toes on YouTube? I don't know. I have done. Anyway, I'm just going to dry this side. Now I'm wondering, do I have to put this YouTube at 18 plus? But then I think, well, The Crown isn't 18 plus, and the papers aren't 18 plus, and everything that's happening to the royal family at any point of my 58 years seems to make it to the paper. The fact that these past 30 years has been, shall we say, a bit risque. Still in the papers, still on the news, still on TV, so it's not X-rated, is it? There we go. That's finished. Just put the lid on that, because knowing me, I will spill. There we go. I'm just going to get some of this beautiful golden gilded paste. Like I say, I stitched around my other one, and I suppose you could, if you chose to, you could embellish it with lace. You could put lace round. Or other lace or sort of trim. Put trim on it if you wanted to. You could put rickrack, you could put ribbon. I've got some of this pretty ribbon would look nice on there. So there's all sorts of things you can do. However, I've got a really decorative tag going into here, so I don't want to deter from the decorativeness of that tag. It's your choice. But I am going to use the gilding polish. I'm just going to go around this is the gold, this is the Cosmic Shimmer? Cosmic Shimmer metallic gilding polish. I'm just going to go around, got a bit carried away then, go around the edge. I think that just helps to give it more of a vintage sort of look, don't you? I do. I'm going to go around the edge, and then I want to rub a little bit on here, just a little bitty bit on my fingers, rub down there, here. In fact, just go down this edge. Ooh, that looks really lovely. Do you sometimes like work on your art and just think, wow, that really surprised me? This is so simple, but yeah, I do believe it is very, very effective. Right, I'm just going to do 10 seconds with the heat gun, just to make sure it's all dry. Fabulous. And now I want my crocodile. My daughter said to me, what on earth, I was using this, she said, what on earth is that pink thing? I said, what pink thing? She said, that in your hand. She said, what on earth is it? It's horrible, Mum. So I said, oh, it's for punching holes and adding grommets. She said, God, she said, gosh, Mum, she says, I know you collect, I do collect vintage sort of medical equipment. I used to be a nurse myself. And she actually thought, she said, it looks like some sort of tooth extraction implement. She made me laugh. She makes me laugh. I think I just nudged the camera and I'm really sorry for that. I don't want those grommets. Where's my, oh, here they are. Yes, they are actually out ready for use. Here we go. I'm just going to put a couple of green grommets in. Yeah, she said, I thought it was something for extracting teeth. Can you imagine? If the dentist came at me with that, I'd be out like a shot. I'm not bothered if the grommets are as long as they're green, I'm not bothered that they're matching for this journal. Very pretty. Right, so next I need something to tie that with. So, oh, I've got some, just so I happen to have this card. Yeah, if I go down here, I don't know what this is off this card, but it matches perfectly with my colours in my book. It's a shame there's only one end with a little, whatever it is on the end, a little crystal-y thing through there. And then let's put my tag in. And tie that together. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. That is lovely. And it just looks like a little folded handkerchief. How pretty is that? What do you think? Do you like that? So now I'm going to get my journal, the page that I'm sticking it on is vellum, and I want it to hang over the top and bottom just that little bit. So I am going to, what's the best glue to use? I'm going to be daring and use my Beacon 3-in-1, and I'm only could actually put it on as a flip, couldn't I? Then if I did it as a flip, I could put something on the back of it. Yes. Then that napkin doesn't go to waste after all. I'm going to put it on as a flip. Whereas this one, this little one is completely fastened down. I'm going to put this as a flip. Now I do just so happen to have some coffee stained cotton that I did coffee stain. I stained the same as this when I did that with the green alcohol inks. I'm going to use this. That's why it's always so handy to have your bag of scraps there, just next to you, because I just saw it out of the corner of my eye and I thought, yes, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put some glue down here, glue just down the edge there. I'm going to glue that piece onto there. Then I'm going to fold that over. Hang on, let's just move this so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to fold that back, and I'm going to put my glue on there. I feel really excited. Woo! Because I thought to hinge it in there, and then I can use the back of that serviette. So I'm going to hinge that right on the edge there. Wow, wowzer. Now I have a little pot somewhere, here it is, of clips and things. So I'm going to clip that onto the edge, otherwise it will come off. I might stick in the wrong place. Got those on there. These are just all my little spare clips I use for jobs like this. So they're all mismatching, but it doesn't matter because they're not for use. They are a tool. They're for use as a tool, not as a final display. Fabulous. So whilst that dries onto there, I love it. This journal is so chunky. Whilst that dries onto there, I will show you how I decoupage onto a coloured eco-dyed bag. I think I will do this pink one. So I've got some of the the floral napkin, the one that I was using before, that I've used on this, and I've used on those handkerchief tags. So all I do on here is, I don't know, let's use a paler pink. Yeah, that's prettier on there. So I have used a little spray. I sprayed some water, just like this, onto my napkin, and then I tore it where I wanted it to go, where I wanted it to tear. So this is the other half of this. So I am going to do exactly the same here. I'm going to put some glue on, my trusty glue stick. I will put this on where I want it to go. Right, and what I do as well is I just sort of put my hand on and tear across there so it isn't a straight edge. I just tear that on. Then I will get my scissors, just cut this edge around. I'm going to put this in my journal as well. I'll put some tags in this. Something me and my husband in today. I'm so looking forward to tea because we're going to watch a movie. We're going to watch the film about King Richard III's body being discovered in Leicester. It was actually discovered just near where my daughter went to uni. So we're going to watch that. We've got some beautiful cheeses. We're going to have cheeses and wine. And we've got, I'm back with my Mod Podge now, my antique coloured one. We're going to have cheese, we're going to have wine, we're going to have, we love garlic bread, but with, see, Bolton garlic bread. We love it with goat's cheese on and honey. And some salami or something, some meat like that on, and then baked in the oven. It tastes delicious. I'm going to have that as well. So we've got some really nice cheeses, and because there's nobody in, just the two of us. And this is the sort of thing we might have done before we were married. So how exciting is that going to be to do that? Now that our children are starting to not be around as often, well, one's married, now that the others aren't around as often, we can do things like we used to do. We don't have to sort of sit and have Sunday dinner and teach our children the best manners, and we've done all that. We can do the sort of thing that we used to do. It's really great fun. Just going to quickly dry this. Now you'll, there's people who do painting on it, inking and stamping and all sorts of things, but I'm going to leave that pretty simple. However, I am going to use some of this Gilda's printer roll, and I'm going to put a little bit of P-Flex of gold on there. I haven't dried it fully. Ooh, look at that. You see how it's just stayed on where I hadn't quite dried it fully. So you put this shiny side up, rub, so any little sticky bits that haven't been dried off should stick. There we go, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Right. I am going to, I've got that in gold and I've got that in green as well. Right, shall we go mad and put a bit of green on? I'm just going to put a little bit more sticky on. That's with my glue stick. Stood up now. I'm going to find the end of this. Here it is. And I'm going to put some green on. I know it's shiny side up, shiny side up, shiny side up. So the other day I was doing it and I had it shiny side down. What a performance. I was getting really mad with myself because it wasn't sticking. And I'm thinking, well, why did it stick before and now it won't stick? And then I'm rubbing like this, but the other way up. My fingers were covered in it, and then I thought, shiny side up. So there we go, shiny side up. I think this printer's foil is going to last me forever. I'm going to get some silver and some purple next. I'm actually going to now just ink around the edge. Still just feels a little bit damp. Ink around the edge, and there we are. We have one glassine bag that is decoupaged. You wouldn't even think it was, it just all blends in so lovely. So one glassine bag. I've not inked it. Oh well, I've only inked around the edge. I've not added ink, I've not added stamps, I've not added words, and I just think it's beautiful as it is. So into there now, should I put this big tag? This one says garden. Or is it too big? It's a bit too big, that one. I've got so much here, so much stuff to, I've got more stuff than is needed to decorate the journal. I'm going to put that tag in because that's coming out there. I'm going to put that tag in, so I will put both of those tags in, and I'm going to glue that, not yet because it's not quite dry. I'm going to glue it into my journal, and I do actually believe now, apart from the front, that this journal is done. I'm going to leave those on there for 24 hours. I added this bead. This bead I made, I was in a bead swap and I'd never made beads before, and the person I was swapping with, she'd never made beads before, so I made lots and lots of them, you know, to find the perfect beads that I wanted to send to her. So I have a little pot now of paper beads I made, so I thought, I'm going to put that one because the metallic and the colours goes perfect with this. I've glued that little vintage earring onto there. I thought that was really pretty. And what other jewellery have I added? I've got my smiley face and love heart. I've got some beads here. I have put on another dangle there on a pin. This is, I've used as a fastener, that's an earring. This pom-pom I had around, so I've put a pom-pom on. I thought that looked really nice. So yeah, it is fabulous. So tomorrow I'm going to finish the front, and then that beautiful journal will be going into my Etsy shop. Oh, I need to sort out the back as well. Oh, I've lost my beautiful cuff, but the I'll find him. I probably tucked him in one of these pages. Oh, I just need to put a few things in. Oh, I put some seeds in that one. I don't think I showed you this. This is a altered paper clip that I did, and in there I put some more so and so seeds. I'm not sure. Oh, does it tell you under here? Radish seeds. Put that in there. I'm sure Cuthbert the Owl must be tucked into one of these pages. I need to just put some, in fact, this is one of those little notebooks. Let's pop that in there. I do believe, I need to put some little bits in these little tucks. I do believe we are finished. So I will do a full flip through once the front is done, and then it will be going into my Etsy. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be fixing this onto a page, probably a page like this, may even be that page. I'll fix that on, fix the bag onto there, or I might even just do the same as I did here. Just use some fabric and just do it as a little flip. I might do that. That will be on there just holding something. So yes, I think it's come a lot. Oh yeah, that's a pocket there with some bits and pieces in. Yes, oh, I know what it's holding in. It wasn't fixing anything, it's holding those into there. It is part of the part of the journal. Yeah, so I just need to find somewhere. Could even just go in there, I could buy. That looks nice. Paper clip, that's the wrong way. I need to find a paper clip that goes. I've got a paper clip here. Put that paper clip on that way. And there's a glassine bag. Yes, I do believe we are done. Wonderful. So I will show you the front tomorrow, and I will do a flip through, and I will then put this into, I need to sort out a closure as well. This will then be going into my Etsy shop. So thank you for watching. It's been lovely to see you again. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm heading up to 60 subscribers now, so I'm becoming ecstatic. So keep in touch, keep watching, keep crafting, keep well. This is Sharon from BeaDivineVintage, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.